Wow, so this is the cargo hold, huh? It's so big! This one is a special model. It has both a super large cargo hold and an ultra luxurious first class seating. So, is this the real scene of the murder? There is certainly a high probability of that, which is why we are here, correct? Okay, let's get investigating, sir. Lower deck cargo hold. Alright, let's do this. What's this? Hey, what's with the suitcase, pal? It's the victim's checked in, sir. So the suitcase belonged to Mr. Hicks. I don't know what he'd mind if we took off clothes or lock. There's nothing out of the ordinary in here, sir. Wait, a file. There's a photo of Miss Von Karma in it, sir. What the fuck? Looks like a profile of Francesca. Why would Mr. Hicks have had a file on her? Why does Mr. Hicks have a file on Francisca? Why did Mr. Hicks have documents on Francisca? Possession. Huh. Interesting. Right, we already heard this. Alright. Just repeated the thing. Keeping track of this many pieces of cargo must be very taxing on a cargo crew. The shore brings back memories of when I worked as a part-time mover, sir. By the look of his eyes, he's waiting for me to ask about the rest of the story. But no matter how he pours on the puppy eyes, I have no intention of doing so. Quick gumshoe. Right, yep, the suitcase missing here. Holy suitcases, Mr. Edgeworth! It's like an all-you-can-use suitcase pair. There must be an all the left one over ones that can't sell. The ones the company is planning to dispose of after this flight is over. This paint job's really cool, don't you think? It practically screams artsy. Oh, why not purchase one then? I'm sure it will bring you much happiness. You think so? Then maybe well, let's see here. $1,200? I think I'll pass. And Mr. Nero wonders why they don't sell. You need 2 jobs just to buy one. It definitely looks like one is missing. What is this brittle substance I'm stepping on? It's a bunch of glass fragments. Oh, we can do that now. Yep. Connect. I think we can safely conclude that the fragments are from a pair of glasses. And the victim was wearing a pair of broken glasses. Exactly what I was thinking. I'm sure that the shards would match up perfectly with the remnants of his glasses and lenses. Ergo, the victim must here just as I suspected. So you're saying that the real scene of the crime was here, sir? Isn't that what I've been saying for a while now? Oh, is it? I don't know. I didn't know, sir. Perhaps it's a bit early to draw that conclusion. However, I believe that the probability was just skyrocketed considerably. All that's left is to find the murder weapon. Why did Mr. Hicks have documents on Francisca? That we do not know. We should be able to just ask Francisca herself. She probably won't tell us though. You arrived at the scene of the crime before Detective Gumshoe, correct? And you then immediately began to direct the investigation. It seems to me that you were already here at this airport for something besides this murder. Yes, I was. Why at this airport? I've been following a very large and involved governmental level international crime, but it's much too large for one person to take on alone. So it was decided I should form a joint investigation with Interpol. Interpol's involved. It's a top secret operation, so I really can't tell you any more than I already have. Alright, let's see our profiles here. Okay, can we connect that? Present. Then need to present that. The other one. I was supposed to present his profile. Right. No, I can't present his profile. Okay. Give me his logic. So the guy who works for Interpol? No, why would Mr. Hicks have documents profiling Franziska? Oh, I know. I bet he's a big fan of Miss Von Karma, sir. Franziska said that she had part of this airport as part of an Interpol investigation. Oh, maybe that Mr. Hicks had heard she was coming here and he followed her. On Detective, I think it's more likely that Mr. Hicks was, in actuality, Interpol agent Hicks. I think Franziska has some explaining to do. Just behind Hicks. You came to this airport to rendezvous with the victim, didn't you? Nonsense. What are you talking about? We found a profile detailing information about you and the victim's luggage. I suppose it was prepared for him so that he could recognize you when he landed. Which makes him not Mr. Hicks, but rather Interpol Agent Hicks. Isn't that correct? I should have known you'd figure it out, Miles. But it looks like they got to him first. So you really did come here to receive an Interpol agent then? Yes. Agent Hicks was on the trail of a very large international smuggling ring. He went undercover to investigate this crime. And it was I who put him on this case. I was supposed to receive a call from him on his cell phone once he had landed. I never expected to receive a call about his murder instead. I think we now know pretty definitive evidence that Agent Hicks came down here to the cargo hold. But what was he doing down here, sir? There's nothing but luggage. Oh, I get it. Maybe he forgot something in his suitcase and came down to get it. Ow! Agent Hicks came here for a work-related reason. Of that, I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure he was here to investigate the smuggling operation he was observing. Franziska, do you know exactly what he intended to pursue in his investigation? No, unfortunately, I was going to find out from him after he landed. I see, but this raises another question. A normal passenger can't access the cargo hold on their own. Agent Hicks must have identified himself to a member of the crew and entered the cargo hold with that person and let him in. Yes, and then he was murdered here. The glass fragments and his broken glasses are a testament of that. And then the killer put Agent Hicks into one of the spare suitcases and they entered the elevator. But while they were riding it up, the plane hit that patch of turbulence. Because of the intense shaking, the suitcase popped open and Agent Hicks' body flew out. At the same time, his wallet fell out of his pocket, spilling its contents everywhere. Which explains why there was money scattered all over the elevator's floor. Investigation complete. That shit was fast. I think it's pretty easy to say who was the culprit at this stage. What? Really, sir? I know what you're thinking, Miles Edgeworth, but the killer can be none other than Miss Rhoda Tenero. Oh shit. Definitive evidence. If it was a crew member, any one of them could have shown Agent Hicks to the cargo hold, but the point to keep in mind is the keycard that allows the elevator to come down here. The only person with such high-level access is Miss Rhoda Tenero. I say that's a pretty decisive piece of information, wouldn't you? I know that she's trying to say, but I'm not certain it's as simple as that. But it's highly likely that the keycard was stolen from Mr. Nero. It's highly likely. Is that possibility the best you can come up with? Can you call yourself a disciple of my father? Ugh. Well, yes. Well, I don't have any evidence, Be quiet, you're a disgrace. There's more evidence pointing to Miss Rhoda Tenero, you know? It's not just the keycard that gives her away. Are you talking about the murder weapon? Mr. I-Fly piggy bank? Yes. Yes, she was also the only person with a key to open that display case. But that is a fake. Stop right there, Miles Edgeworth. You don't have any proof that this is just red herring. If you must keep on insisting that it's a fake, then what is the real murder weapon and where did it go? Ugh. Speechless, I see. That's not a surprise. After all, you know what? We've searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. There must be a way. There must be something that can help me rule out the piggy bank as a murder weapon. What should be examined further to help us discern the authenticity of the weapon? I mean, the body was hit with a blunt object, right? The back of his head. Before the turbulence. Wait, after the turbulence? Did it say after? Oh yeah, after. And examine the piggy bank. We should examine the bank itself once more to determine if it is the real murder weapon. If this is the real weapon, it should be damaged or perhaps have a dent on it somewhere. We've looked at that already and there's no sign of anything on it. But we can't discount it as a murder weapon on that one fact alone. The piggy bank is, after all, bit of a stronger material than human flesh. Oh, shit! If I can't prove it through the piggy bank itself, then I must find another way. What do we examine further to help us discern the authenticity of the weapon? The body. Franziska, I think you were too quick to jump to your conclusions. Oh, was I? Yes. We don't know. We don't even have the autopsy results yet. How can I not say that you made a snap judgment when you have yet to even see if the wound on Agent Hicks' head is consistent with the murder weapon? Scruffy! Yes, sir. Contact the medical examiner's office at once. I wish to hear the results of Agent Hicks' autopsy. Yes, sir. We got a big problem, Mr. Edgeworth, sir. Nani? Ah, shit, it is the murder weapon, isn't it? What is it, detective? They're still doing the autopsy, but they said that they already know this one thing for sure. Report now. Doctor said that it's one giant bruise from a beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back. From the victim's shoulder to his mid-back, he was beaten over such a wide area. Well, I'd say, maybe it's a sign the killer had a grudge against Mr. Hicks. It wasn't just his head. The killer went all out and hit him multiple times, sir. Oh shit. Scruffy, what is had a grudge against Mr. Hicks supposed to mean? Well, that's let me see the autopsy report. Something from below to the back of the head, bruising head to mid-back. Holy fuck, man. Was the wound of the victim's head consistent with the murder weapon, detective? Oh, well, they said they were still looking into that, sir. You're completely useless. Yeah! Man, poor Gumshoe. Sir, I told you already. You can't go down there. No, you remove yourself. Oh, it's probably that guy. No, you remove yourself from my way. What is all that racket? Fucking know it. My luggage, my cargo, they're mine, and I demand you return them to me. We're still investigating the cargo hold. Please understand, and have a little patience. I suppose there is no choice. Finally, I think he gave. Hey, what are you? You have left me no choice but to use strong force. Ah! You won't get past me. Up. Wait, that's it. So what's this whole thing has been about? Brother, there is the matter of the key to the display case that held multiple the murderer's bank. After all, you know what, we've searched the entire cargo hold and came up empty-handed. The doc said it's one giant bruise from beating from his shoulder down to his mid-back. Damn, that's a lot of fucking information. Nobody could find anything that... Probably wrong. Oh, nope, it isn't. Allegedly, the killer struck the victim many times over, which is why there is extensive bruising over such a wide area. But, is that really the correct conclusion to draw from the evidence? The bruise from his shoulders to the middle of his back is one continuous mark, which is more suggestive of a single blow to the back. If that's the case, then the piggyback is such too small. Cause that. Therefore, the murder weapon must be something far bigger. Yeah, he probably fell, didn't he? Oh, shit. Still has a shining example, perfect line of logic. I guess it's this. If I'm looking for a rather large weapon, you'd think it would stick out. So far, we haven't found anything that resembles a murder of any sort. Just perhaps it's something we all overlooked from the very beginning. Because normally, it's too impossibly big to be taken into consideration. What is that all about? Was he trying to jump his way down there? Down here? Franziska. What? What do you want? I found it, Franziska. I found a real murder weapon. You did? He really jumped. We didn't realize it until now, but the answer has been right in front of us this whole time. He might be hurt. We should go check up on him, sirs. There's a pompous attitude of yours again. You should learn to drop that habit. This coming from a prosecutor with a habit of whooping everyone she comes across. Anyway, if you really are a prosecutor, then you'll back yourself up with evidence. You two aren't listening at all, are you? Come on then. Show me this real murder weapon you speak of. Show evidence. This is the real murder weapon. Yes. Look at this. The suitcase was the murder weapon. The real murder weapon is this suitcase. When you say it with such confidence, I suppose you must have some evidence. Of course, Agent Hicks was placed in the suitcase alive. And it was while he was in here that he was beaten. Ugh! I wonder if you should die if I whipped you in the head to toe right now. What are you thinking, woman? Of course I would. I need to think about the circumstances of the victim's death in a different way. There's a light bruise running from the victim's shoulder down to his back. Maybe I should be focusing on what could cause such a large bruise in one strike. Come on then, show me the real murder weapon. I don't have evidence to show. I don't have any evidence to show you. Foolish reasoning for a foolish fool from a foolishly foolish fool meant to fool me. What do you mean by I don't have any evidence to show? Perhaps I should have phrased it as that which caused Agent Hicks' death is incorporeal. Forgive me, but I do not believe I have figured out what was the real cause of his death. Free fall. The victim fell from a greatly height and subsequently died as a result. In other words, the real cause of the murder, of the death, is free falling to the ground. He fell to his death? Yes. This is the only possibility. The victim was extensive bruising on his back of his head and his back. And the only rational explanation for these injuries is that he fell to his death. But the murder weapon said that's plain. I know. Are you claiming that there is some place in this plane where he could have fallen from? As I said earlier, the answer has been right in front of us the entire time. You can't mean... Yes, I do. The victim fell from the top of the stairs of this very cargo hold. What? Then, we're in trouble. We may have a second death on our hands, sir. Sirs. Yeah, my boy just straight up, though. Hey, you! Tell me you aren't dead, pal. Quiet, what are you screaming? He's alive. And there you have it, Miles Edgeworth. It's not possible that Agent Hicks fell over the railing to his death. That man is living proof of that. I suppose it's true that it's not possible given the current circumstances. The current circumstances? What's that supposed to mean? Suppose that a large piece of cargo wasn't there at the time. That would have happened soon then. Would have been a Bordeaux pancake for sure, sir. I suppose that man over there wouldn't still be breathing. But the reality of that, the cargo box is there. So there is no point in entertaining your wild, hypothetical scenarios. It may be there now, but there is no proof that it was always there. Huh. If you were there, could have been a whole window of time when the giant box was not there. But there was. Well, what? What can I choose to show her that it's possible the box was not always there, except now? Where it is now. Yes. You're filled in the Republic of Zhengfa? Yes, this flight had a short layover in Zhengfa in order to refuel. But that wasn't the only reason for a layover. We also transferred some cargo. What if the box in question was only transferred into the plane at that time? To further prove my point, let's take a look at what's next to the box in question. It's labeled Zhangfa Express. Correct, meaning it was loaded into the plane of Zhangfa. Cargo for Zhangfa data dealt with their inventory. Alright, nice. Now, what if the box in question was also loaded at the same time? It would mean that the box was not here in the cargo hold during the Europe-Zhangfa leg of the flight, making a clear drop from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death entirely possible. Huh, but your theory is still very far-fetched. Then allow me a chance to prove how very likely my scenario is. My first order of business will be to examine that piece of cargo in more detail. Begin investigation. Let's examine this cargo. Keeping track of this many pieces of cargo. Oh, we already heard this. This cargo hold is really big. Can't believe they can fit stuff like this in here. Detective, what are you going on about? Just in the middle of an investigation here. Whoa, they're falling on me. Oh, I can't really get into my work without something like this happening first. Well, let's get the show on the road. So which item do you want to start on? This is in this world there are those who persist, and then there is Gumshoe. Man, I can't believe Mr. Hicks fell to his death. I never would have guessed in a million years. That is still only a hypothetical, however. The investigation should prove it to be true. Speaking of falling, I'm glad that the artist guy is okay. He took quite a spill. Yes. He was lucky to have landed on top of that piece of cargo. Yeah, I can just see it now. Passenger pays price for police follow-up. Did Prosecutor Edgeworth add fuel to the fire after the first murder of the second breath? Yep, I'm willing to bet that it'd make the front page. Ugh! That's not funny, detective. Yeah, well. Let's run. You can run at me in Virginian all you want, but no still means no, sir. What? You cheap man. You are not only waiting for me to give you money, yes? This guy is really pushy. I wonder if he really takes any sales this way. As long as I never have to face him in the court, he can be as pushy as he wants. Good thing we never actually do court in this game. Alright, let's do some investigating real quick. The boxes here are piled up here. This one says flammable and this one says Parakabaji, what the fuck? This one says for exorcism use only. What kind of operation is this airline running? Ha! Bro, my Edgeworth voice ran out. I have no more Edgeworth voice. Wait, let's see if I can... this is a very large piece of cargo. There's a tag on it, sir. Let's see. Alien Fred statue. Never heard of it. Nor I, but I can care about this if we can prove it wasn't here at the time of the crime. Then let's get investigating here. Oh shit, he got away. Look here. Do not go about touching my possessions without my permission. Ack! Don't rush up on me like that, pal. So this belongs to Mr. Back, does it? I should see what else I could find out from him. Oh, God. This guy's probably the fucking suspect. The back's cargo. I take it that this large piece of cargo belongs to you, Mr. Logback. Of course it is mine. I shipped this fine piece of art from Europe. This Edgeworth statue is worth 10 million cents. No, maybe such much more. That's one of the back's reason for choosing this plane must have been the large cargo hold. Filming us so million cents. I said you should stop trying to calculate how many pots of noodles that makes. Noodle, detective? Darn. Why did you do that? I'll be back, guys. Yo, boys. I'm back. Give me an extra second. Let's reset up my shit. I think, like, that guy's the fucking main villain, I think. I think he's the suspect we're looking for. Anyway, Moon, Don, how do you do that? I feel like you keep getting better and better at you keep getting better and better at seeing right through me every year. Though I grow with each revolution of the planet around the sun. I have the distinct impression he continues to madly spin in place. Mr. Edgeworth, so, that 10 million cents, is that in euros or in dollars? Ugh, doesn't really make a difference in our case. Mr. Logback, there's a chance that your cargo is related to your murder case. I was wondering if you would allow us to examine it a bit closer. That is a very valuable piece of art. Oh no, there will be no touching. Logic. Ooh. That might as well connect, yeah? Mr. Logback has something to do with the smuggling ring. Then it's possible that the fake statue was brought on board in Zang 5. I think I need to question him a bit further. Okay. Mr. Logback, what's this fake statue? What's your statue, Mr. Logback? I wonder if it might be a fake. What? How dare you say my art is fake? I suspect that your statue might be the target of an international smuggling ring. Don't say such fanatical things. Those thieves would not dare. I have the certification of my cargo right here. Do you mean the cargo certification document? Mrs. Logback, why didn't you say so earlier? Please show it to us at once. I can't read this. What does it say? It says on plain as day the cargo was put onto the plane in Europe. And there you have it, Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Too bad for you. This statue was brought on board in Europe just as it states in its certificate. Now that's... Which means that it never has a window at the time in which the catcher wasn't sitting there. I respectfully disagree. We can't discuss interfere until I see the statue for myself. You can have your wish. Take a look at it and see I am right. I've seen this somewhere before. This is the alley thread. It gives off such a feeling of art I can practically smell it. This statue is a very high amount of historical value. After it was unveiled at the museum in Europe, I brought it into this country to exhibit it. I believe a closer look at this warranted here. Yeah, I think we should talk to our boy. No, we can't. Alright. Take a look. So this is the infamous Front statue, What is it, Mr. Edgeworth? Did you find something? There's something wrong with this picture. You should examine it in more detail. It's fucking bigger. The eyes. It's a different color. Is that really a thing? These eyes are awfully orange, don't you think? Yeah, and pretty. They remind me of sunsets when I was in grade school, sir. I don't think you see what I'm talking about. No, I do, but it's really like the color of the sun when it's setting, sir. Ah, the memories. I remember standing out in the field spinning with my arms out until I felt ill. I don't care about sunsets. Focus, detective. What color are the eyes in this photo? Huh? Ah! Sir, they're red! As I thought, the statue is a fake. Nice to look back. What do you want? Do you want not know I am a busy man? I allow you 2 seconds for your answer. So, I live around, I suppose this is your pride and joy, is it not? This is the biggest trophy on this European trip. Do not know why I wanted to possess this statue. The trigger started 17 years ago. Better grab a chair, sir. It sounds like this is going to be a long story. As I look back, I regret to inform you, but I have my heartfelt sympathy about... What is that sympathy? What for? You'll see, I'd like you to compare the eyes. That large fellow there was bright red, pretty eyes compared to you. I wasn't talking about the two of us. I meant the eyes on the statue in front of us and the one in this photo. What is suddenly yelling? Now then. Oh. Is this a photo of the statue on display at the museum in Europe? Uah! Now that you see me so long back, the statue before us is a fake. Fake! I believe that even further examination will be required. Now what we have confirmed that is indeed a fake. There must be some sort of proof that this was brought on board in Zhangfan. I'll present to you evidence that will resolve the remaining contradiction. So this unread is a fake. An art dealer isn't looking too happy about it either. I'll get to the bottom of this and we'll see all of mine. What's this? It looks like it's stepping over its near clothing collar. What did you say now? Madam, my clothing him is supposed to not anyone. It is too expensive for me to allow that to happen. Please forgive the trespasses on my subordinate. Why should I forgive if the trespasses unless it is an expensive dress you keep it? Fucking asshole, look back. I remember this thing being bigger though in the picture. I'm gonna have to put the there you go. Guess I'm still seeing it like this, right? Oh, nope. Oh no. Oh yeah, wait a second. The mouth is different. I call it that there is a contradiction here. What do you think, detective? I think it's really suspicious looking, sir. I'm not trying to gut stuff myself. I see, well then I must be mistaken. It's actually going to take a turn off more, sir. Wait, isn't that... The mouth is different. The fucking thing is bigger too here. Overall, this thing is just bigger, man. Its head. Look at its head, bro. The hell? How the hell? The hell? I've lost all my lives. Alright. This one. Yeah, if it came on board, it shouldn't be on top of this. If it came on board in my man's testimony. Sadly, we can't read it. Nope. Damn, this is the first time I've been losing all my shit. I got it, boys. So this is a shit from Zhangfa, so if this arrived before we were in Zhangfa, then why is it above the cloth? Yeah. It's this thing. Just need what's a good evidence to show it? But his testimony says, well, the document. Yeah. That doesn't mean shit now. There's clearly a contradiction here. That took all my shit, bro. What are you going on about? In just a simple case of a cargo cover getting stuck under another piece of cloth with piece of cargo? Ugh, that's not possible. But it is. It should have been this way, but the statue was on top of the cloth. Supposing that the neighboring piece of cargo was brought on board in Zhangfa, there's no way that any of this would wind up under something from Europe. Which means that this fake statue was smuggled on board in Zhangfa. But then what about the cargo certificate? Let me ask in return, what about Agent Hicks? Why did he come down here in the middle of this flight? There's only one reason why to secure Pro. For smuggling TV board the ship. So you say, but I don't believe he had to do that mid-flight. We could have just easily inspected all the cargo after the plane landed. It may be true, however, you have it backwards, Franziska. Sure, Agent Hicks could have waited until after the plane had landed, but he had a reason for coming down to the cargo hold. Suppose he had found a fake at the airport. It could have been after the swap had occurred. At that time, the suspicion would naturally fall into the statue's owner, which will have no way to prove that the statue was switched without his knowledge, which means there's someone involved who is forging or modifying cargo certificates. They've read certificates data updated than the organizer. Investigation complete. I guess the victim knew the real version of this was gonna be kidnapped, huh? Yes. All this photo could have been is nothing more than a simple souvenir. It was in fact taken to be used as a reference document later on. Next, Agent Hicks had to secure proof that the smuggling had taken place. He came down here to take a picture of the cargo hold. A rather empty one at that. Right before the fake statue could have been loaded on board. A photo of the whole missing valuable piece of cargo would have been proof enough of that. All he could have done was hold the Zhangfai cargo crew and arrest the smuggler. Exactly, that's only goes to prove my theory. If the statue was not in the cargo hold during the Europe Zhangfai leg of the trip, there would have been enough time from which Agent Hicks could have fallen to his death. Officer, move the statue immediately. I want a full examination of the floor underneath now. Ms. Makara, I'm ready to report my findings. Go on. After modifying the Olimp Fred statue out of my way, we tested the area under it was luminol, and there was a reaction. I see. There was a reaction to luminol, an indication that there was blood on that spot. Ugh. Can we stop looking at it now, sirs? It would seem that my deductions were correct after all. I suppose it would appear that way. The culprit cleaned the blood well up. Clean up well. How did the killer clean up all the blood? Simple. Genuine cloth. Killer used the bloody cloth and found inside the suitcase to clean up the mess. I see. They had need to clean up all the blood before the plane landed in Zhangfa because otherwise the cargo boy would have discovered it during the layover. So you guys are saying that the murder happened before the plane landed in Zhangfa? There's no other conceivable timeline for the events of the murder. But if that is true, Then what was a certain person's testimony to doubt? If the murder occurred before we landed on Zappa, the suspects become wholly. If the murder occurred before Zhangfa, Millie's testimony. But they landed on... They took off at 5, but they landed on Zhangfa. Yeah, it's Millie. Maybe she is the murderer. Recall Miss Millie's testimony about Agent Hicks on regarding to when we deported Zhangfa. I saw Mr. Hicks sitting in his seat at 5 a.m., you know? She claims Agent Hicks was alive at the time, but the source called, but... That totally contradicts the facts, sir. But why would she lie about something like that? I think the only person who can answer that is Miss Millie herself. Goddamn. Another to be continued screen.